We are back with another video. And today, I really just wanted to talk. So I guess this is the unplanned Yapology 102, episode 3. But I just wanted to sit down and talk because there's something that's been on my mind recently that I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to talk about it, and hopefully you guys stick around and listen. I'm like nervous. I don't know why. Maybe because this is something semi-serious that I want to talk about, I guess. But this video is going to be very low editing, very more on the serious side compared to my other videos usually. But I hope you guys stick around and watch anyway, because maybe it'll resonate with some of you guys. I don't know. But as you can tell by the title, I am what I like to consider the smart kid in my family. You'll probably hear a lot throughout my channel, or have heard it a lot throughout my channel, but I'm taking honors classes. I'm taking ACE classes to get an ACE diploma. I have a lot of credits already necessary for graduation. I have it all planned out, okay? And I've always been the smarter kid in my family, like school, book smart. Always been the book smart kid in my family. Not to say that my family members are dumb or anything, but I was always in the gifted program as a kid, taking high school classes as a 7th grader, as a middle schooler, passing them with like decent colors, and just being a smart kid, I guess. I don't know. But with that comes with some, I guess, like, I don't know. It comes with a little bit of like stress, I guess. And I am very thankful that I was gifted with the ability to listen and to do good in school. I'm very grateful that I was gifted with the brain that I have, because I like to say I'm very smart. I like to consider myself to be very book smart, but I also sometimes wish that I wasn't, because it comes with stuff that I didn't really expect it to come with, like, and especially now that I'm at a public school where not everybody my age is like that. It's very like grounding, I guess is the word that I want to use, to be in the position that I am. And I'm very grateful that I already have as many credits as I do for school. Like, I'm on track to graduate with very high marks, very high regards, very high colors, but I'm also very alone in the sense that I don't know anybody who feels the way I feel, because I don't know really how I feel about it. But yeah. I think the biggest like eye opener for me was the burnout. Like, I used to love school. When I was in elementary school, I used to like never want to miss school. I used to want to go to school every single day. I used to be excited to wake up for school. Well, not excited to wake up, because I'm not a morning person, but I used to be happy to go to school. But like towards 6th grade, 7th grade, really, I started getting really miserable. I didn't like school anymore, which was like weird for me. It was weird to see that transition where I went from wanting to go to school every day to wishing that I wasn't a scholar, because I just got very burnt out. Like, all of the hard work I was doing didn't feel very rewarding to me at the end, because I just knew that, like, next year was going to be the exact same, like, nothing was going to change. And that was very interesting to feel, I guess. So I got very burnt out. I did not like going to school. I did not want to go to school. And then especially like with how young I was, it was just very challenging. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, to say the least. I was always tired. I felt like I never got enough sleep, and I still do it to this day. Feel like I don't ever get enough sleep. Like, I barely sleep, to be honest. But I was always very tired. I was always very sad. And while I wasn't diagnosed with anything, like I wasn't like, I'm not gonna claim anything that I wasn't diagnosed with, but I went through a period where I was just very sad. I was very down. I was very tired. I didn't like myself. I didn't like the world. I didn't like my life. I didn't like the earth. I just hated everything. And that was like a really rough period for me, because it was fresh out of COVID. I was a fifth grader when COVID happened. I was fresh out of COVID, fresh into middle school, fresh into a new school. My self-esteem was so low, my motivation was so low, and I was very, like, down. I didn't feel like there was any reason for me to be like loved or worth it, because I don't know. And then I was also like struggling in school for the first time after a while. Like, I fresh out of COVID, fresh out of online school, because I did online the entire year, and then I was in all these advanced classes. I struggled making friends, and I didn't want to leave my new school to go to this school where I didn't know anybody. So it was just a really rough period. And eventually, I don't want to say I grew out of it, because I don't think I did. I still get sad sometimes, but eventually I just kind of learned to deal with it, I guess. Like, I started not feeling as tired and just feeling more like, okay, it's almost Friday. When I get through this, I get through it. Like, it'll be fine. So then I got through 6th grade. I found my circle of friends, and that was that. And then 7th grade hit, and 7th grade really sucked. It was like 7th grade was really the first year I took advanced classes. I started taking Algebra 1 honors, physical science, like honors English. I just took a bunch of advanced classes that year. And 7th grade, I hated it, to be honest. It's probably my worst middle school year. I hated 7th grade so much, because I was so miserable in it. Algebra 1 sucked in 7th grade, because I went from 6th grade accelerated math, which is just 6th grade math, straight into 9th grade math. I didn't get to take pre-algebra. I didn't get to take 7th grade math. I missed all of that, so it was this huge disadvantage, because I had no idea what I was doing. And then my teacher was very not good, I want to say. Like, I tried my hardest in that class, and it just never worked out. So 7th grade was really tough. And then physical science, I don't like science already, but physical science was really hard, going straight from 6th grade science to that. It was just a very big jump that I wasn't ready for. But because I took it, like, I'm the type of person who doesn't like to fail, which, like, I don't think anybody likes to fail, but when I fail, or if I were to fail, it's really hard on me. I don't like failure. I don't like not being able to do something because of my own skill when I know that it's possible. So, I got my first, I don't think it was my first C, but I got the first C that I really felt like was my fault, and that really sucked. First quarter, I passed it with like a 71, and that was really awful, to be honest. It was like the first time I started to really question my smartness. Like, I used to wear it like right on my chest. I used to be like, yeah, I'm book smart. Yeah, I know how to do this. Yeah. But after 7th grade, I kind of questioned like if I could do it. It went from being like, yeah, I'm smart to I'm lucky because when I found out I passed the Algebra 1 EOC with a 5, which is the highest you can get, I was very like, I didn't believe it. I didn't think I could do it. I thought it was a joke. When I took the fast test, when I took the EOC, not the fast test, when I took the EOC, um, I came out of it feeling like I did like awful. Like I did not think I passed that. But I did, and I'm forever grateful that I did. Forever grateful that my guesswork had a bit of logic to it, and that my logic had a bit of luck to it, because it led me to a passing grade. I passed with flying colors. And that year, I also made a more consistent friend group within my classes. I met some people, so I felt less alone, but there's always that lingering like sadness, I guess, that I had to me. Maybe not sadness, but maybe melancholy, maybe, that I had. And I just didn't know, like, I didn't know what I should do with it, so I just didn't do anything. And then I passed physical science too, which was like a huge shock because I hated physical science. It was terrible. And then reading and writing have always came kind of easy to me, I guess, so I wasn't too worried about that. But I think that the biggest thing was that, like, I used to say this to myself all the time, like, you're put in the gifted program for your math and science capabilities, and you're scraping by math with a C. Like, I used to be very self-critical on myself. And then 8th grade hit, and I was taking geometry, biology, still my English and reading classes, and it was better, but it was a period where I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I think it was the best middle school year that I had, but it was also very daunting, like, school-wise. Biology was hard. I didn't like biology, but I passed it, so grateful for that. Geometry came easier to me than algebra did, but looking back on it now, I probably prefer algebra over geometry because I don't remember a single thing from geometry. Every time a friend asks me for geometry help, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't remember it. I don't remember it anymore. But I passed that EOC with a 4. I had a really great geometry teacher. His classes were always fun, but I also had a great social life in 8th grade. I was very upbeat. I was very happy, but I was also kind of mean. Like, looking back at it now, I was kind of mean, but I think I was just, I don't know. And then I was always like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so when 9th grade hit and I actually got to pick like classes and stuff, I didn't know what to pick because I had never really thought that far into the future. And that was because I didn't think I was going to make it that far, to be honest. I didn't think I was going to survive past COVID. I thought when COVID hit that I was going to die and that it was going to be over for me. And, like, I guess maybe that was kind of silly because I was a 5th grader, but I used to be watching the rates, like, the death rates for COVID skyrocket, and always thinking, like, that could be me, that could be me, that could be me. So I never thought about what I wanted to do with life until then. So 9th grade hit, and I did course selection, and I saw the option for psychology, and I took that class because I was like, psychology sounds kind of cool, maybe I can be a psychologist. So I took psychology, which they shouldn't have allowed me to take because I was a freshman, but they allowed a bunch of freshmen to take it, so I don't know. Took psychology. I took Algebra 2 honors. I took Chemistry honors. I took ACE Gen paper. And I took, I think that's it. I think that was all my core classes, I think. So that year, freshman year, sucked. It was especially daunting. I hated it. It was just so, like, I don't know. Freshman year was just hard. My classes were so insanely hard and so insanely rigorous, and the only people who I could really talk to about it were people in my classes, but they were having a hard time themselves. Like, we were all struggling in that class. And then the thing with my school is the constant teacher changing, like in the middle of the year, everybody leaving, everybody going. It just made it very hard to get a rhythm going. So, chemistry especially, like, so many teachers came and left, and then when we had our permanent teacher, it was still a struggle because we were just so behind and so unprepared. So it was hard. I mean, it was very hard. I like, I don't even know what to say about it. It was so hard, and I never would wish that pain upon anybody else, because I came to school every day genuinely, like, thinking, like, yeah, why am I doing this to myself? Why is this real? Why is this happening? Why do I deserve this? Because I just was so very hurt, I guess. I didn't, like, I don't know. Like, I felt like my ability to think, like, on my book smart when I hit freshman year, I just felt like it was all gone. Like, I didn't know where it went. Like, I think 8th to 9th grade year was the year that I genuinely felt stupid. Like, I felt dumb. I genuinely felt dumb. I didn't know what I was doing. I just felt like an idiot, to be honest. I felt stupid. I didn't know why I was truly struggling in my classes, but I didn't even really want to do the work. Like, I didn't want to, like, every time I came home knowing that I had homework, I just felt like this, like, dread. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna spend my entire home life doing schoolwork until I have to eat and then go to sleep. Like, it was always schoolwork. I was either doing homework, or I was studying, or I was reteaching myself material that a teacher didn't teach me that we needed. My entire life was just revolved around school. Like, I didn't have a social life outside of school besides, like, sports. And that really sucked. It sucked. I just didn't know, like, I didn't know what to do, to be honest. I just was so over it. I didn't want to wake up for school. I didn't want to wake up. I just didn't want to do anything. So, and then with all the freshmen, like, everyone says that freshman year is the year for, like, drama. Like, everyone says your freshman year sucks. And, like, my freshman year had its ups, but it definitely had its downs. Like, going to school was just mentally draining. I was always exhausted. Like, I was just not happy with all the drama and all of the stuff going on. And not to say that I was a part of the drama, because I really wasn't, but my friends were. So I heard about it and was dealing with it too. And then I had to deal with my schoolwork and all of the teachers, and then I had to go home and deal with all of that stuff. And then I have siblings at home, so I have to take care of my siblings sometimes while my mom works, because my mom works at home and she has to work in order to sustain us and keep us alive. So I just didn't feel like I had any time for myself. But it was just really weird. And now this year, I am at a public school where there's an actual, like, high school body. Like, the grade that you were in is made very aware to you. Like, at my old school, no one really cared if you were a freshman, no one really cared if you were a sophomore, no one really cared if you were a junior, no one really cared if you were a 6th grader, because we were all together all the time. It was one building and everybody was in it. But at this school, like, the grade bonds are very strong. And I am a sophomore, a transferring sophomore. So all the sophomores really are to know each other because they went there last year. And then on top of all that, like the classes that I'm in, because I took so many advanced classes, the classes I'm in now, there's really no sophomores in it. Like it's all juniors and seniors, and that really sucks because I don't know who to talk to. Like I'm gonna be here for 2 more years when there's other kids who are literally gonna graduate in May. Like I don't know. It was just odd. And then the classes that I do have sophomores in, because I transferred mid-year and I don't have any classes with them other than like 1 or 2, I don't know them. And while I do consider myself a social person, I do not like meeting new people. I hate the stage where like we're not friends yet but we're talking. I hate that stage. I hate having to introduce myself. I just think it's very daunting. So it's really hard, like all these classes I have, and then the fact that there's no sophomores in them, and the fact that I'm a sophomore who's generally just alone most of the time. It really sucks. And then like the friends that I have that go there, they are just not in my class. Like they're just not there. They really just aren't. And that sucks because it's like I only see you guys at lunch and we see each other for an hour and then we're gone. It's like I can't relate to the fact that you guys are struggling in geometry or biology because I don't have a science class and because I'm in MCA, and like I can't relate to you guys. Or like they'll be like, oh, you're so busy all the time. Yeah, I'm like, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with my ACE homework and also trying to sign up for these clubs and also trying to figure out what other credits do I need to graduate and just do a bunch of stuff that I wish I didn't. And I'm not even like upset about it because I have like 15 or 16 credits already to graduate high school rather than 8. Like I am very well off within a scholarly point. I'm just lonely, I guess. So I'm in a weird like limbo situation where I can't be mad about my situation, but I am still upset about my situation. And I don't feel like it's the biggest deal in the world because look at me now. Like I have great grades. I have a 3.9 GPA, I think. I have passing classes. I have 16 high school credits already. I'm on my way for a scholarly desk. I'm just doing okay. But I also wish I had more of a social life, and I wish I had friends who could relate to what I'm going through, because back when I did, I talked to them every day, and now that I'm going to a new school, I don't. So they're still where they are, and I'm here by myself. So I guess that's where I stand now. So yeah, I guess I really wanted to record this because I kind of just wanted to get out to somebody about it, because I've been feeling like, dang, like the friends, like the people know each other and I'm kind of alone. So hopefully if you watched all this way, maybe you related to something that I've had to say, or maybe you saw a little bit more about what it's like to be the genius of the house, the genius of the school. just be the smart person in general, and I hope that maybe you saw a little bit of yourself in me. I hope this video reaches people, actually. I hope I don't get frozen, stuck in the dungeons of small YouTube, because I was looking for stuff to watch on this when I was feeling down, and found not that much, at least of people of my age. So yeah, that's really it. To be honest, the video is not going to be edited at all, besides maybe some captions, but yeah. So I'm out. I'll see you guys next Sunday, if I don't burn out on YouTube too. And yeah, peace.